Welcome viewers, the final round of Season 4 2015 official V8 Supercar Championship here on Race Spot TV. Looking forward to a great race tonight. We're at the Barber Motorsports Park in America. It's going to be a pretty grueling race, 37 degree track temperature. With me tonight, Sam Compton has taken yet another day off work. And we've got Jake Blackhall, who's done a great job representing the Australians in the Apex Racing Academy in the Kias in the British Touring Car Championship. Sorry, a bit of background noise. Jake, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. Welcome everyone. We've got a 39 lap race here today and it's going to be a good one. Qualifying has started 5 minutes into the session and we've already got Ian Ford on top with a 24.3, only just in front of Kane Kugamiya.
Yeah, well, Kane Kugamiya has actually changed teams a couple of weeks ago now, and himself and Mitchell Cielak and Jared Filsell. So there we go. It's great to see those guys all here. Welcome to them. These guys have just, you can see the immediate improvement in these guys, and already, like you said, we've still got a long time to go. We're only 5.5 minutes into the session, still 6.5 minutes to go. One thing we actually got to take note of there, Jake, is that this will be the last time, I think, that we see qualifying in this format with the 12-minute format. It's going to be a lot tighter, a lot more compact, and a lot more desperate to a point, I guess, next season with the new qualifying format.
Yeah, I think the new qualifying format's really going to mix it up a bit. I think from memory it's by yourself. I don't know whether they have other cars in the session, so it's sort of going to be a bit different. It's only 2 laps from memory, so I think the smaller session's really going to change it up with trying to get that lap done straight away and get it out of the way, because you don't want to just stuff up that lap because you could be starting right at the back and you don't have time to go out and do it like you do in the sessions that we have now.
Well, that's right. 7 minutes to do 2 laps, and obviously that gets changed with Nordschleife. You're not going to get too many opportunities there, but for the tracks like Suzuka and Spa and Mount Panorama, it's going to certainly put a bit of pressure on to get those laps in. But we've got 6.5 minutes gone, and it is still the same. Ian Ford, Kane Kugamiya, Jared Filsell in 4th. Of course, he was the winner, outstanding last race of the Premier Series, and I hope you did make the most of it and catch that on the V8's online broadcast. Fantastic job that they do, and gee whiz, that was a great last race, the Phillip Island 500, where Jared and teammate Bo Cattell took that out and took the ultimate prize.
Yeah, they did. They drove an excellent race there. Hopefully it looks like they're a bit down the order. Filsell is 5th at the moment, which is uncharacteristic of Filsell. Obviously he hasn't had a lot of practice, which usually he doesn't. Usually just jumps in and has a fun night, and hopefully he can move himself up in the field.
It's a pretty strong field here we've got tonight too. I've noticed that the number 1 plate goes to our championship elect winner. I'm very confident he'll win the series. He's got an extensive point lead at the moment, and he's actually just taken provisional pole as well. But you've got Benjamin Smith with the number 3 plate as well, who's just had a great success finally over the last 3 intense weeks of the Blonde Plate Endurance Series. So as of tomorrow, I think that's right, that Ben Smith becomes a pro driver with a great result for the Evolution Racing Australia McLaren, getting into that final 40 for the Blonde Plate Professional Series next year.
Yeah, it's good, and we've also got a TTO and TTR. They have a team in there, Madcar Racing as well. A couple of others Australian teams are in there, so it's going to have a strong Australian presence in the Endurance Series, and hopefully we can just get our names spelled out there and move ourselves up and make it all worldwide known that Australia are here to play.
It's truly fantastic what the Aussie teams have done. TTLR with Dylan Sharma, Madison Down, Richard Hampstead. Look, I probably forgot one. No, actually, no, I think they were just running the 3 guys. Those guys did unbelievably well on the world stage to bring their rough home, I think, in 7th or 8th place overall. An incredibly fantastic and strong performance. Then you had the ERA guys in 30th. Then you got the 2 Mad Cow cars with, in case they don't come Monday, the Direct Clutch Motorsports guys. So an unbelievably good performance to have 1/8 of the professional field next year will be Australians. I really hope that all the Aussie iRacing community get on board, support these teams, spectate, do whatever you can, make some noise, because they are up against the world's best, and they have a real decent chance to get amongst the money.
Oh yeah, the teams are going to be really strong, and that's what you hope for. And if teams don't have the support, it's going to be really hard. So, and I think it will also help see that other teams in Australia can also get to that point, and hopefully there will be a lot of team sharing as well. I know that's usually not what's going to happen, but to get more Australian teams into these series like Pro Series as well. So hopefully we can start fulfilling our presence.
Yeah. Back to this, we've got just the 2 minutes to go. Ethan Grigalt still has his nose in front at the moment, just the 1/10 of a second in front of Ian Ford. Mick Cracknell battling for third, maybe fourth position overall tonight. We'll go through those points shortly. He's got himself up into third place, 2/100 of a second in front of Kane Kugamaya, Mitchell Silak. So there, Jared Filser, like you said, hasn't had a lot of track time, I wouldn't think, and I see that Jared's stretching his wings a little bit, nominated for the OSR Formula 1 series starting next week. I might be wrong, I have to have a look at that, get on board for that. It's on Thursday night, week after. Sam Sutton needs to get a very good result tonight to possibly take second from Ian Ford. So at the moment down in 7th place, Josh Rogers. I still think, I'm not going to call him the rookie of the season, but I will say he's the most improved of the season. Matt Jones has got his team getting stronger and stronger, and Ben Smith will round out your top 10. We've got 22 runners. Matty Stratford looks like he's going to take up position normal at the rear of the field and have a bit of fun driving through the field.
Yeah, well, while you were talking, Ethan Grigalt, the champion-elect, has just done a 23.9. The first one in the 23s moved about 2.5 seconds in front of Ian Ford, so sort of putting his mark down that this was his, and I think we just had an improvement as well down the field.
Yeah, I saw Ben Smith go up as well. Jake Maloney running a different livery tonight, I think, from what I understand too, so we'll have a look at that. Marty Carroll has actually just gone up into 12th place as well, the old fella. But I'm just having a look at the Simworks car here of Mitchell Sielak, and this guy here, former SDRT, might be wrong, don't know, but in the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks with Mitch, he has improved dramatically. So this ANZ team's already taken him to the next level. It's nothing disrespectful towards his old team, but yeah, he's got a real strong team behind him. Fifth at the moment, a 32.994 there is obviously an out lap. This is going to be his last lap, I think. No, the checkered flag's just come out.
Yeah, so should be able to just get another flying lap in. There is still enough time. It's interesting to see though that Phil was just stopped on the side of the track as Mitchell Sielak goes past him on his flying lap. I think Jared may be one to watch, like he hasn't had practice, but he still could move straight up through this field, so it's going to be an interesting race with how they go. But people just finishing off their flying laps now, and maybe we'll be able to get some different position changes right at the last minute.
Yeah, well, there's always a bit of a chance for, I think he might be just practicing his starts for Jared, so it's the type of thing that gets him up there. But I'm just seeing if there's any other cars on a quick lap. Richard Aylward, there's actually rumours Richard might be moving on to another team as well. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure he is, but we'll keep that under our hat for now. But big things happening for Rich Aylward in the car 15 at the moment. Car 22 down in 15th position. He won't be unhappy with that. That's about par, I would say, considering the field that we've got in front of us tonight. Andy Carey, Jeremiah Morton. I've been asked by Jeremiah. It's Simulate It, not Simulate IT. So it's Simulate It team. I won't get that wrong again, Jeremiah. I do promise that. Anyway, Richard has come around the last corner here on his flying. That previous bet time was a 25.206. Definitely no improvement there at all. Way off the pace, in fact. And I reckon that would be about it, Jake. So if you can go through the grid for us, that'd be fantastic.
Alright, so the grid for final round of the official V8 Supercar Championship. We have Ethan Grigalt, the only one in the 23s Championship elect, ahead of Ian Ford in second. Then we have Michael Crackers and Kane Kugamaya in third and fourth. The third row, Mitchell Sielak, Jared Filsell. Next one, Sam Sutton and Josh Rogers, and then rounding out the 10 you got Ben Smith, Matt Jones. Starting on the 6th row, you got Kurt Stenberg and Marty Carroll. Watch for them to move up through the field with Maloney and Burden on row number 7. Row 8, Richard Aylward and Jeremiah Morton ahead of row 9 of Andy Carey and Greg Sharp from ERA. Then you got Mark D. Anderson, Michael Hammond, Mitchell McLeod and Matty Stratford rounding out the field of 22 starters.
What an absolute pro commentator we got tonight, Sammy Compton. If you're watching, mate, don't bother coming back to work, mate, you're fired. Now, let's look at the championship points here. Ethan Grigol, he's got his 8 weeks counted, rounds off nice 1,700 points. Can't see that being pegged. Ian Ford's had his 8 races counted as well. There's probably, I think there's 1 or 2 shockers in there, but he's 94 points behind. The guy to watch out for, though, Sammy Sutton's only had 7 weeks counted. He's going to need a good chunky 20 points and hope that Ford doesn't make any improvement. And if Sam does get that type of score, he will move up into second place. Mick Cracknell and Marlon McMullen, we know, are going to be battling probably for 4th if Sam gets a respectable score. But it has been an outstanding championship.
Yeah, it's been close all season, so as the cars are gridding up now, should have about 20 seconds before they get going, so it'll be a good long race, 39 laps with a pit stop for 20 to 25 litres of fuel, so it'll be good to go. Yeah,
fuel restricted 80 litres they're starting with today. Pit window will open about lap 10. Ethan Grigott has been super quick all week, no doubt. Ian Ford's been getting some unbelievable starts as the revs are building. Away. And again, a good start by Ian Ford, but it's pretty easy to control the first corner here. And that's exactly what Ethan Grigg does. Just holds that contained. Doesn't look like there's any dramas in the background. Ethan Grigg certainly got away very clean. Followed very well by Kane Kugamaya in that great looking ANZ skin. Mick Cracknell has had his shonky with his skin, no doubt. Mitchell Sealak, Jared Filsell, and Sam Sutton. So it does look pretty evened all up.
Yeah, pretty clean start, to a matter of fact. Not a lot of contact coming into the hairpin as well. It's pretty clean as well. So guys are behaving themselves. Long race ahead and don't want to be starting to get into a major battle that could end your race possibly too early.
Yeah, no, it's a good start by Ethan. And I'll be honest with you, Ethan's done pretty well here this week. I don't think he won the Americas race on Saturday. Had a few dramas late with Marlon McMullen, from what I understand. I didn't see it, but Marlon went on to take that win. But from what I understand, it was a racing incident, and I don't think there was any malice towards that at all. But certainly in the earlier race today, Ethan Grigol certainly drove away with it. Ian Ford has done a hell of a lot of work on setup work on that MP412C McLaren, and also surprising on the Williams Formula 1 for Riley Preston as well. So hasn't had a lot of seat time in the V8. So I said to him the other day, I said, you're a bit out of form at the moment, so let's just hope that tonight he can get his form back. And Kane Kugamaya is just always showing that improvement, holding down third place. A really good opening clean lap by the 22 starters.
Yeah, I think as well, the same as Kane, as Mitchell Sealak had a great start as well and is forever improving. So it's going to be good to see them, as you got a battle down here between Sam Sutton and Phil Self for P6, as Phil Self sideways right behind him. That's going to be on for, I think, the entire race. Yeah, I was actually looking at the exact battle as well, and different looking livery on the Sutton car, the car 5. I'm not sure it's common knowledge what's going on there yet, so I'll keep that zip, but probably expect some changes with that team next season. But I'm not sure it's been announced, but I'll let them make that announcement. But how unusual is it right now to see Jared Filsell is the third best ANZ driver at the moment? Yeah. I can't see that lasting throughout. We've lost Jeremiah Morton in the Simulate It car. It looks like he's had a disconnect, unfortunately. For Jeremiah, he'd be disappointed with that because he's starting to run more and more consistent. But yeah, Jared Filsell certainly all over the back of Sam Sutton here. And this is championship type stuff for Sutton. He can still get the chance to come second. The last thing he wants is the Premier Series winner right all over him back here, and we're just finishing up lap 2. Yeah, Sutton gets wide. Philsell's got the run on the main straight. He's going to have a look down into turn 1. Oh, he thought better of it. Backed out of it at the last minute. So just applying some pressure there to Sutton, just making him feel it. So I don't think he's going to give it away too easy, just making him work for it. Yeah, and he's going to be working for it. He's got Josh Rogers and Benny Smith also lurking behind. So it's not going to take too much. These guys are just going to keep battling away. And those top 5 there are certainly going, as Mitch Sealak loses the back a little bit there under brakes. That's going to put him under a little bit of danger here with Sutton. So
probably just the locking of the brakes there by young Mitch. I think Crackers has got through. No, actually that's held station, but another position under threat here is that Kane Kugamaya is now all over the back of Ian Ford.
Yeah, I think Ian Ford made a mistake into the hairpin, and Kane is now all over the back of him. And it's going to be on. I think Kane will want to get in front of him and maybe try and him and catch Ethan. He looks like he may have the pace, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well, I've got no doubt Kane's got the pace, and as quick as he was with his old multi-21 team, and then went privateer for probably a good 6 or 7 weeks, but was able to keep that pace up. But now he's back in a true team environment and gets a bit of help with his setup work. So this is a guy to watch out for next season. He's not here to just muck around. He is a genuine title threat because he is a consistently fast driver at all tracks.
Oh yeah, and he was even quick in Premier Series as of late at the end of it. So if he can keep that up as he goes around the outside of turn 2, that's a daring move right there. He's going to try and maybe get the cutback to get the run going into the hairpin, which could help.
Well, Ford made a bit of a drastic error there into turn 1, brake too deep. Actually got well off the track there into the rough stuff, a bit of grass. And again, Ford doesn't look too stable under brakes there. I think it really is just a matter of time before Ford outbrakes himself, puts himself in a bit of danger. But this is probably, overall, they're going to help Ford's chances of retaining second. Again, not good under brakes here by Ian. So the cars behind certainly starting to train up in a bit of a line here. It's not hurting Fordy's chances because Sutton needs to win this race to get maximum points, and Ethan Grigol's just driving off in the distance at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think Fordy's car's really helped. It's not as well as he'd like at the moment. It's a little bit touchy under brakes and on acceleration, you can see it. So, and he's ran wide there over the top of the hill, giving Kane a little bit of a sniff. I think Kane can really sit back and just see where Fordy's cars are not running well at the moment, and then maybe make a move where it's not running the best.
Yeah, and this train goes on and on and on, doesn't it? It goes all the way from second, and Ben Smith will latch onto that soon. So this will be a train that goes from second to ninth shortly. Jared Fieldstall in the meantime still just behind Sam Sutton, but this is where the battle is. It's staying with a very nervous Demirov Innovations car that's looking awfully skittish, I must say, and that looks like an absolute handful to drive. It could be his tyres as well, though. He could have different tyre pressures, and it could take a while to get in the track temperature of 37 degrees. You could certainly call that mid-temperature, and a dive there at the back. Was that Sutton? Yeah, so Sutton makes a move on Sialak. So a good move there by Sam. Let's see if the ANZ boys are going to work together here with Jared and Sialak. Can't imagine there being team wars, but Sialak sticking his nose in there, getting right back into it. Great stuff by young Mitch.
Yeah, made Sutton have to think about that move. But also the thing with the pit stops, do you try and pit a bit earlier? Did you short fill at the start and try and get out of this mess? Because like even Josh Rogers is now catching it, and Smith will catch it at the end of this. So do you try and get yourself out of this battle? I know it's a bit early to pit, but who knows who took on less fuel to compensate for that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to start with less fuel. These things take a maternity fill up, and Mitch has made a mistake there. And really, and Jared Stupid has also opened the door for Josh Rogers there. Rogers had a really good run on Wednesday night in the OSR race, coming second behind Mick Cracknell there, but Josh was comfortably in front for quite a while there. A couple of errors late in the race put pay to that, but that again now has put Mitch down the order, but has again got Sutton, who will soon be under attack from Jared Fieldstall, but it's also put him on the back now of Cracknell with Kugamaya. And Ford, I'm not saying he's looking more comfortable, I don't think he is, but he's just stretched it out that little bit more.
Yeah, it could also be that the cars behind are all sort of following the same pace. It is hard when you're right behind a car to try and run your own line. It's a matter of like any series you run, even the series that I run. Or as we see, Crackers gets really loose on the exit, and that's going to give Sam Sutton that spot, and it'll put him under pressure from Sialak as well. Oh no, Philsell, sorry, my bad.
Philsell behind. So yeah, well, Crackers doesn't need that. Crackers is battling for third, probably fourth in the championship, I would think, and he's had a great battle throughout with Marlon McMullen. But yeah, considering the season that Crackers had, season 3 of this year, yeah, any results are good results. Sounds like he might have had a few problems with Mitch McLeod as well. He's got a bit of damage to the front right on my screen, which is consistent with the damage on the back of Josh Burden's car there. So thinking that there might have been a slight incident there. It doesn't look like overall they've been affected that badly, but yeah, it's a tough little track this. There are passing opportunities, and it's just such a technical track with the gradients. It's going to be tough to take the win. Ethan Grigol right now looking really comfortable. He's out to 3.1 seconds in front. But now the train's with Mick Cracknell, and he's got Jared Filsell behind him with Josh Rogers and also Mitchell Searlack. So the pressure's starting to build on Mick Cracknell at the moment. And also up the front there, Ian Ford getting very, very defensive with Kane Kugemeyer, with Sam Sutton just looking ready to take his piece of the action as well.
Yeah, as Filsell just got some move done on Mitchell Cracknell into the hairpin, but Cracker's held himself on the inside, so he'll get outside, so he had the inside for the next part, and he backs out of it, thought better of it. So one spot for Filsell as he moves up into P5.
Yeah, the Premier Series winner is looking very, very threatening now. I don't know whether he'll get to Ethan Grigol in front, not for any other reason that he's got 3 cars between himself and Grigol. Ian Ford's lap, by the way, 25.195. Ethan Grigol's, he's just having a bit of a picnic at the moment, a 24.9 last lap. So he hasn't been out of the 24s for his 6 laps, just as he's about to come across the strike here for the end of lap 7. Just having a look at Ethan Grigol's time, a 25 flat. Well, there you go, I blew that by point nothing of a second, but he's taken another 6/10 out of Ian Ford. But this isn't hurting Ford's chances for second overall, because Sam's got to make these guys get past these 2 guys and then get to Ethan to have a genuine chance at second overall. Ford again running wide there at the exit turn 3, and this is giving another chance for Kane to get in there. So it's tight here.
3 wide behind them as Josh Rogers makes the move. He runs it wide, 2 deep under brakes, but Filsell lost 2 spots then to Crackers and Rogers as they made it 3 wide to the hairpin. It's all on for young and old here.
Yeah, I can't see Jared putting up with the young fella doing that, but he has, and that's awesome. But look at Jared's...
Crackers through the dirt. I wouldn't be surprised if Cracknell has a slowdown there. Sorry, Brenton.
No. Talk as much as you want. Saves me doing it, my friend. Don't worry about that.
It's also down now as they come on the back straight, and that's Filsell in the dirt again. So he's pushing hard. I don't know they're all just wanting to get in front now, but this has actually taken them away from this battle for 4th place, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. They've all just sort of spread their legs a little bit.
Yeah, well, these guys are going to get real impatient soon. Crackers is just off the pace, there's no doubt, whether it's a setup or just his driving style, but right now something's not quite working for him. And like I said, Josh Rogers showed some incredibly good pace on Wednesday night. Probably should have taken the win, just had a couple of late offs, which handed the win to Crackers. But right now, whoever gets through Crackers first is going to be able to get onto the back of the Sutton, Kugemeyer and Ford battle pretty quickly.
Yeah, as we just heard, Elwood has a lot of damage at the back of the pack. He's obviously had a shunt with someone, don't know who it was, but Elwood's got some damage as we move back up to the front. And Ethan Grigol just setting the pace, he's just running away. Tyres starting to come down, but he was still over 1 second faster than Ian Ford in second, so he's definitely just cruising out in front.
Yeah, no, Richard there has had a bit of a thing. Who's that with? I thought I saw an STC car. Yeah, I can't see who it is now though. But yeah, Rich just got into the back of an STC car there at turn 16, second last corner there. So just tagged the back of him there. Unfortunately, that's going to put pay to his race, no doubt at all.
Yeah, it looked like he had a lot of damage sustained to that car. And it's just, now they've sort of settled down a bit up the front. It's all sort of cruisy and give us a bit of a break from all the battling that's been going on. So pit stops will be opening soon. It's lap 9, so around lap 10, 15 will be where you can shorts come in early and get the fuel done. And may see a couple of these guys try and get themselves out of the traffic.
Yeah, you might do. Wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 certainly make the most of that opportunity, come out and clean tyres. It's a matter of where they come out. But Mick Cracknell's last lap was a 25.4. So Sutton in front of him at 25.6. That's the last 2 laps in a row that Crackers has made gains on Sutton. So don't be surprised if that little battle of 3 in front of him becomes an overall battle of 7. But like you said, the pit window just opened up then, and Josh Rogers has made a big dive, and that's going to put pay to him. Look at Searlack 6. So Josh Rogers has just then outbraked himself there into that turn 5, and that's cost him certainly the position of Fieldstall. So Fieldstall again looking hungry on the back of Crackers.
Yeah, it's up front. Kane is now all over the back of Ford again. So I think this is just going to be the major battle pack for the race. It's just a lot of close battles going on, and depending on whether the pit stop, that's all it's going to come down to. Who pits now, who gets out of the traffic, as we'll most probably might see a couple of them come in now, as the pit window will be open for fuel.
Yeah, we've lost Andy Carey as well, the car 12. I think he got caught up in the aftermath of Richard Aylward's incident there. So I feel it might have been Aylward and Marty Carroll had that bingle there. So unlucky for Carey, innocent party there, and also for Carroll. But Rich was quick to apologise there. And like I said, with Aylward, looks like there's going to be some big things happening next season onwards. So looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it'll be good to see how they go next season. It'll be good to see their climb through, especially the official series and Prem series, so it'll be good to see.
Well, it's fantastic racing we've got here, and looking at the battle here with Ford and Kugelmeyer, again Ford's just giving himself, he just runs that turn 4 just that little bit too heavy, and he puts himself under pressure in this turn 5 every single time, but he's able to defend it, and he's pretty good under brakes there at that hairpin. So unbelievably good driving here, certainly under severe attack. Ian Ford now has dropped 5.8 seconds. Well done, Ethan, you're the champion. Congratulations, you're not going to get much airtime tonight, mate, unfortunately, but we'll talk about you later on, no doubt. But this battle here between Ford and Kugelmeyer goes on.
Yeah, Sam Sutton will be licking his lips though. He's just sitting here, just watching them, just knowing where their weaknesses are, and pretty much basing his race around how they're going to run, because he doesn't want to get held up. So if he does this, comes in a bit earlier, like we were saying, comes in now, gets the fuel, and gets out of this battle, which I think he's trying to have a look down at Kane there. So it's all just going to be a matter of a couple of laps deciding on what's going to happen. As he has a look down the inside of last swim, Kane gave him room, which is good. Tight down the front straight, and he's on the inside, but then he's not going to be on the outside for turn 2, so he wants to hope he gets it done.
Line here. Yeah.
Oh, it's Kane runs wide, so there it is.
Well, let's just see now. The Sutton's now clear of Kugelmeyer, so really Sutton's chances now of getting second overall just improve that little bit more. He's now got Ford in his sights, and these are the guys battling for that position. Like I said, the strength of field will be pretty high tonight. We've also got behind Mick Cracknell and Jared Fieldstall battling away. Jared's finally got that job done. He had it done before, made a mistake, lost 2 positions. Not sure he's going to be making 2 mistakes in a row, but mind you, Crackers is not giving up here. But as they enter this little technical chicanes part here, turns 8 and 9, and I reckon now Jared's got that job done. He's not going to be looking behind him anymore. He's now looking in one direction only, and that's forward. Yeah,
he'll have his teammate in front of him who is right now on the back of Sammy Sutton, so he'll be able to catch them, see what he does from there. But it's going to be interesting to see what Sutton does with Ford. If he gets to the back of him, depends on what's going to happen. He is battling him for second in the points, but he just needs to finish higher than Ford really and get a good strength of field, which it looks like it is. So as we see, I think that was Fieldstall is in. So Fieldstall, first one to bite from the main battle pack and get himself out of the traffic.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jared's done that. I would have thought he might have given himself a lap or two to make the ground on Sutton and Ford and then come into pit, but he knows more about what he's doing than what I do. He knows how his tyres are going to last, and this is the guy who this year had a fantastic result, won the Premiers. He's also got Matt Jones in there. Didn't see what happened to him, but I would say that that's a pit stop that's been going on for quite a while. He's 2 laps down. So, but the HTR team, whilst we're talking about Matt Jones, he's in the pits, he's out of the race, we know that. But again, for this season, congrats to the HTR team. The improvement that they have made is significant. And you can say that for a lot of teams. There have been a lot of teams who have really upped their performance this season. And next season, it's going to be on for young and old with so many different teams. And there's exciting things happening with the V8 Supercars here on iRacing next year. The V8's online. Guys are going to be covering their Premier Series. Looking forward to that. It's an unbelievably good event that they put on. There's also a couple of demo races being thrown in. And also with RaceSpot's going to continue their coverage next season for the official series. So looking forward to that as well. And also the news this week, Jake, was that the OSR Wednesday night races, hosted by Simon Black, will be also broadcasted by Bernie Weemers and the Redback Racing TV guys. So I'll tell you what, if you don't get enough saturation from the V8s after all of that, you'll never be happy. So looking forward to so much. It's going to be a fantastic 2016 for this concept.
Oh yeah, 2016 is going to be a great year for all sports of iRacing, especially with the new F1 car as well, but V8s is just going to be another level. So many different sports, so many different series as well, so many new teams starting to push their way up the front. I think it's going to be on with about 10 teams up the front next season, so it's going to be awesome to watch.
Yeah, and that F1 comes out tomorrow, does it, Jake?
Yes, from memory.
Righto. Well, don't you buy the track because your sponsors will be buying that. Oh, sorry, the sponsors will be paying for that, so we'll talk about that off camera later on. Do not buy it. But up the front here, again, this battle continues on with Ford, Sutton and Kane Kugamaya. So Sutton's made that ground on Ford. Don't be surprised now to see these guys blink. Ford's last out the 26 flat off pace, no doubt. But the tyres are going to come into it here. Jared's pitted 2 laps ago. Looking forward to seeing what Jared Filsell can offer us on his first flying lap. And he was probably about, I reckon, second and a half behind Sam Sutton when he pitted. So trying a undercut here. I think originally the undercut will work. I'm actually really confident that the undercut will work. So expect Jared Filsell to come out in second, get that track position, but let's see if he can hang on to it because the tyres will, it's only lap 14. It's a long race. This track is notoriously hard on tyres. So let's just see if he can keep that. Like I said, I'm expecting him to come out in second. Ford looks like he's struggling, but I don't think he's going to pull the trigger too early tonight. But he's going to need to react to the 2 cars behind.
Yeah, Filsell's got a lot of fresh air in front of him, which is good, as Mark Anderson just pitted in front of him. So he's even got more fresh air. So he can use these fresh tyres to his advantage and just pull laps as he just crosses the line now, and he just did a 24.2. So a 24.2 on his... Yeah, so a 24.2 on his first flying lap. That's easily has made up the amount of time he was behind Ford, so that should put him overall in second.
Yeah, so he's made the ground on Ford already, so let's just call him even for now, but he's going to make a substantial gain again this lap, you would think. So this is why this guy's the Premier Series champion. He's not just fast, he tries with his head as well. But let's see how well his tyres hang in there. Don't forget, he's also got a couple of wingmen here in Kane Kugamaya and also Mitch Searlack. Mitch, to be fair, has dropped off a little bit, down in 7th place at the moment. But this guy's got potential and he's going to work as a team. We saw that earlier with him and Jared Filsell, and we've got Cracknell pitting.
Yeah, Cracker's in the pits getting himself out and being behind, I think it was being behind Kane Kugamaya. So that's going to bring him in. It would be good to see where he comes out because he was just behind Cracker, behind Filsell. Crackers was, so it'll be interesting how much of a gain Filsell has gained by short pitting.
Well, I reckon this is going to be significant. I reckon it's going to be good 2, 3, 4 seconds. I think it'll be significant as Crackers finally hits his pit road. But you're right, it'll be interesting to see where he comes out, but most importantly where he comes back upon Kugamaya, Ford and Sutton pitting. So there goes Filsell already. So he is gone. Yeah, big gain, no doubt at all. In the last lap of a 24.8, it's how long he can do that for. But there's that good 3 seconds, I reckon, 3-4 seconds, like we said. And like you said, he is in clean air. The next guy in front of him, Matty Stratford. So he's actually in another couple of laps. If Stratford and Mick Hammond don't pit, he's got a couple of cars he's going to have to handle, but those guys shouldn't be too much hard work for him, and I can't see Matty Stratford making life too much more difficult for Jared.
Yeah, he should be able to make light work of them and then be able to just easily gain more time. It's Ian Ford pits, so 40 is in on the pit, so this will be where you really want to see where Filsell comes out with him.
I reckon that's a good move by Ford, I really do, because if he kept on hanging on, in the end he would have just been waiting for Sutton or Kugamaya to pit, and in the end he would have lost track position. So I'm confident this is going to keep him. So hang on, we've
big
got
crash,
a problem with
turn
Sutton.
1.
Yeah, well, wow.
Kane Kugamaya and Sammy Sutton have come together at turn 1. That was
We'll have a
Oh, a
look at
little
that.
bit of a daring move from Kane as he moved down the inside into turn 1. There was enough room. He got loose on the inside.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, just looking at the replay of that, I would not say that Kane's, he's come in a little hot there, lost the rears, and Sam has paid the price for that, no doubt, into turn 1. And that's let Ben Smith and Mitchell Sielak through as well. I don't think Kane actually lost a hell of a lot of time there, so Sutton certainly going to be suffering there overall as well. And as we called, Jared Filsell has made his way past Ian Ford after that pit stop, so we called that earlier, and it's just the constant pressure. But so is also Crackers.
Crackers has also jumped forward in the pit stop, so I think the early pit stop has really benefited those guys, and I think now this could also hurt the other guys who were also behind 40, who could still end up being further behind again.
Yeah, well they will, but don't forget Kane and Sutton had that drama at turn 1, so whatever they show is not going to be a true reflection. They got Mitch and Ben Smith. Actually, it's now getting pretty obvious as Mitch Sielak does pit. It's now getting pretty obvious that you've got to come in, and I don't think our leader has come in.
No, Ethan's just cruising around out front.
Cruising around. I'll tell you what, it might be time to pit as Matty Stratford comes in and pits as well.
Well, Ethan's lap time's still doing 25.3, so he's still pushing on hard. And then you look at Filsell's times, 26.1, so he's still gaining. His last lap again before that was a 24.8, so a little bit of traffic now as he's stuck behind Michael Hammond, I think it is, yep. So the little bit of traffic isn't going to help Filsell, but Ethan Grickhoff's still pushing on out in front.
Yeah, and Kane Compromise obviously had a bit more damage than what we probably thought there from his altercation with Sutton in turn 1. He's in the pits. It looks like he's there for an extended time. Already cars who have come out that were behind him originally, Mitch McLeod and Kurt Stenberg, have gone through. And I am surprised now that more moves haven't been made. Here comes, as we're talking about it, Ethan Grickhoff does come in the pits.
Yeah, now this will be to see how much gain Filsell has made, even though he is stuck behind Hammond at the moment. So it was a big gap, about 6 seconds before the pit stop was made from Filsell. So it'll be a smaller gap. It depends on how good the tyres will be able to last for Filsell towards the end of the run, as Ethan will have fresh tyres.
Yeah, Ethan's a consummate pro in this car, and he just looks so controlled, doesn't he? And there is a bit of whisper that he might be going to the Premier Series next year. Hoping it happens. Really hope it happens, and look forward to that if it does. But let's face it, he only started iRacing February last year. So he's been doing this less than 2 years, and he carries that number 1 plate for good reason, because he's now on top of his 3rd championship in a row.
Yes, he is miles out in front of Filsell at the moment. So Filsell is now 2nd overall after pit stops will be done, as he sits 5th on the road. And then 3rd place is Michael Cracknell, who is in front of Ford. So they're right on each other's tails, so that'll be good.
Yeah, I don't know whether Ford needs to put too much pressure on here. The gap up front is 11.4 seconds, I'm thinking, but Ford doesn't need to put any pressure on Mick Cracknell. I wouldn't be surprised if Ford just sits there, because his biggest danger tonight was Sam Sutton for 2nd place overall. Whether Ford makes the most of this and tries to sneak in a couple more points by getting through Crackers, I don't think he needs to. That incident with Kane and Sutton certainly might have paid price to Sam's chances of 2nd overall, but by saying that, I can't see him giving up. He's 21 seconds off the lead. Well, actually, that's a fake lead, because Ben Smith kept himself out of the pit so far, and I'd imagine Benny might be still revelling in the glory of him qualifying in the BS, because he hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, as Hammond gets out of the way now, that battle pack, as Hammond's in the pits, so that'll give them some fresh air, but there's still a massive gap for Crackers to make up, and Ford, matter of fact, to Filsell, who is now comfortably in 2nd.
Yeah, he's at 25.1 last lap. So Jared's, let's be honest, from his lap times when he first came out of the pits, 24.2, 24.8. So already the tyre wear starting to come in with a bit of a crunch here, but he's only 2.5 seconds up the road from Crackers and 3 seconds up from Ford. So He did pit significantly earlier, whether the tyres come back and bite him later on. But 25.1 last lap, so another half second he gained on the two behind. And Mitchell Searlack, a 24.8, fastest guy on the track last lap. So good to see the improvement in him as well.
Yeah, which he's gaining on those two in front, which will be good to see as he comes on through the S's at the back end of the track. It's just going to be as Smitty from the lead is in the pits as he hits the wall on pit entry, as only Ben does. So it'll be good to see where he falls out with a longer pit stop, but I suspect that wouldn't have actually helped him.
No, I can't see anyone hitting a wall is going to help anyone at any time, and he'll be cursing himself a little bit. I don't think he's going to be too worried tonight. This is a guy who's got a pro license in this field, people, and he just crashed into the pit road. So shame on you, Ben Smith. That was a pretty quick pit stop, though. And we've still got Kane Kugamaya in the pits. That was a really quick pit stop. He's very, very good at fuel saving, Ben Smith. I would say he's up there with the best when it comes to fuel saving. He's extremely good, and a lot of that fuel saving work that he did in the endurance series certainly paid off. But he's got himself some new rubber on at the moment. He's got Sam Sutton just in front of him, so Sutton pitted quite a bit earlier here, so expect Smith to be putting immediate pressure onto the Sutton car here. So this is a battle for 7th and 8th. Sutton's car doesn't look too damaged from a little bit on the back left from that incident with Kane. Obviously Smith's car from bumping the pit wall is going to be a bit of an issue, but I can see a little bit of a battle developing here between the car 3 and the car 5.
Yeah, you got to remember that if Ben Smith puts a bit of pressure on Sutton, I know Ford's pretty much should have this locked up, but a little bit of pressure may not help Sutton get the maximum points that he needs to get second in the championship, so he can always help out his teammate here by applying a little bit of pressure, especially with fresh tyres.
Just found out with Kane Kugamaya, it wasn't really just the accident that put him out. He's actually engine blew, unfortunately for him. So so unlucky for Kane, but I think if you ask Kane how his season went, there was some incidents there that he had, but certainly nothing too dramatic. I would think that his season was a big success, and like I said earlier in the broadcast, now that he's with a real number crunching team, that those guys are the real deal, and he will just continue to improve, and he will be a genuine top 5 contender next season and beyond.
Yeah, well, he's shown it today in the final round. He was up there inside the top. Like, he qualified, but he qualified 4th up inside the top 5 with a strong strength of field. So if he can keep that up next season, he's definitely going to be a top 5 car, maybe even a podium car.
So the battle continues here with Smith just hounding the back of Sammy Sutton. I can't see Smith having to get too fancy here, because he's not in the running for the championship at all. So we'll go on board with Ben Smith here whilst he's chasing behind. So with the Evolution Racing Australia car of Smith here, he did an unbelievably good job as a co-driver at Bathurst with Ian Ford, and technical problem may have cost these two a win, but like I said, his main concentration certainly been towards GT3 and probably Formula 1 next year. But we'll just ride on board. So at the end of lap 22, we're going to go aboard with ERA's Ben Smith for lap 23. So enjoy the sounds. So a pretty good lap there with ERA's Ben Smith. That was a 24.8, so that was actually a really good lap. And yes, Hugo, I know my mouse is loud. I actually went into Dick Smith and JB Hi-Fi today and tried to get a new mouse, but didn't. Actually saw the new James Bond movie today too, Jake. Give it a miss. It's horrific. Do not waste your coin on seeing the new James Bond movie. It's not good.
I don't think I was going to waste some money on it, so that's alright.
No, it wasn't good. But anyway, this battle continues on lap 24 now. And you can just see Smith just biting away, niggling away like Sam Sutton, never the professional. He's not going to give it away. But, you know, the question marks all over Sam Sutton's car. That's obviously towards what's going on next season with that team. Pretty confident he's not staying with that team in the V8s. Probably shouldn't give too much away. Might have already done so then. But, yeah, not sure if he's going to be able to hold that position as Smith. But I'm confident. See, Sutton's got so much more V8 experience. But right now in 7th place, that's not, I believe, going to be enough points for him to overtake Ford in the 2nd overall.
Yeah, I don't think it will be enough, but as you were talking, Marty Carroll just lost it coming out of the hairpin in 11th position. Nearly took out Burden and Sharp with him, so it's pretty close there. Made some contact with the inside wall, has a bit of damage, and hopefully he can keep going.
We might actually have a bit of a look at Greg Sharp here. We haven't probably shown him much at all. This is a guy who every week shows up on a Monday night. Disregard which team he drives for, it doesn't matter, but yeah, every week Sharpie shows up, gets himself normally involved with a lap 1 incident somewhere. But he has not, you know, for an older fella, he'll say he's into his 50s, has not stopped his enthusiasm for this category. And this is why he's a guy who is good for not just this series but V8s, because through his ups and downs he sticks with it. And he's had a lot of personal dramas this year, and he's finished off the season. I think he's almost done every race during the season. So give Sharpie a bit of a shout out there. He doesn't get much airtime at all. And also in front of him, the GT Omega car of Josh Burden for the Just for Fun team. I've got a feeling they amalgamated with Angry Birds team this week. I'm sure they might have. So that's going to make their team strong as well. And Angry Birds, no guys here racing tonight. Another one of those teams who's on the up and up. And talking about on the up and up, SDRT again. This Friday have an Enduro here. Might be the last round, I think, for their Enduro series.
Last round of the Enduro series.
180 laps here. I wish all those who are participating good luck. 4-hour race, Jake. I know you've won the last 2 races, I think you have. Yep, so
last
you guys will be going in as heavy favourites with Ian Ford, no doubt. And a really, really well-run series.
Ford just under attack.
Oh, yeah, I think he's made a mistake there. Is that Mitch's?
Siolak sideways on the inside of the hairpin.
Ford's done his traditional mistake on the exit of turn 3, and Mitch has really stuck his nose in there deep into turn 5, got the job done there. Fairly clean move, no contact made, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ford has a chance to bite back here. Siolak's tyres a couple of laps newer than Ford's, but that's certainly a good pass for position there. And again, this is what we're saying, the category gets stronger and stronger because of guys like Mitch Siolak, Josh Rogers, Kane Kukumeyer. These guys are sticking their nose in, getting the job done, putting in good performances week in, week out.
Yeah, it's Ford thought of having a look there with the different lines coming into the second last corner, turn 14, now turn 15. It just depends on how Fordy's car is. A couple of laps old tyres, and it looks like Mitchell Siolak's already pulling away, so it's definitely showing the pace of the competitiveness of this sport now.
Yeah, up at the front there, we can't remiss Easy Regault's actually extended that lead over Jared Fields, so it's touching on 13 seconds now. So, we just paid homage to the Greg Sharp way he was going, and we haven't shown much of Ethan Greg Gault, but you know, if we can miss it directly, we'll spend a little bit of time with Ethan Greg Gault, not too much time, because he's boring. Let's be honest, Ethan, you're boring because it's just so clean, it's just so fast, and that's why he wins, because he is so clean, he is so fast, and he doesn't look fast, but have a look at his lap times, have a look at the consistency. You know, it's every lap has been within 0.3 of a second over the last few. So he's actually just about to lap our co-commentator from last week, Jake Maloney, in a unusual looking livery there. I'm not sure it's come through on my screen properly, but I don't think it has, unfortunately. So Greg Galt just sliding past Jake Maloney, Daco drive, I'm not sure. Again, don't know where he's off to next season. I haven't heard any whispers there, but Ethan Greg Galt, congratulations. It will be 3 in a row, the old three-peat, and a fantastic job, well rewarded.
Oh, he's a talent in this car. A talent in it. We'd like to see him in the Prem Series. I think that would be excellent to see him battling with the Downs, the fuel cells every weekend, or every second weekend. I think that would be excellent to watch. But once again, he's proven his talent and his speed, and he's won it again for the 3rd time. I think next year actually it may be a bit tougher. The field's definitely getting stronger every year. It's every season, as a matter of fact, it's getting stronger. So be interesting to see next season whether you can make it 4, but you never know. He's still a good driver.
Well, next season will be tough because generally it's be careful, probably the flattest season of the 4, because it's the Christmas break. People go away. I know I'm going away for a month. Looking forward to that immensely. So people do go away, and good luck to them over the Christmas break. So it is generally the hardest series to win if you're not there week in, week out. Actually, you've got to remember, before I go any further, the word three-peat. This is true. Back when the Chicago Bulls were just smashing everybody in the 90s, the coach of those Bulls, is it Jackson, actually put a copyright on the word three-peat. And every time you say the word three-peat, you're supposed to say you acknowledge Coach Jackson for that. There you go. So a bit of useless trivia for you.
Yeah, that's definitely the season 1 of 2016, whatever you want to call it, the off season as I like to call it, because it really is. Everyone has that break of a month at least between December and January where people are celebrating Christmas, celebrating New Year's, and it's really hard to get that season down every weekend, every race. It's a big commitment in itself for 52 odd weeks a year, so it just depends on how you're going to be playing that season out, whether you miss a couple of races over the New Year's and then still be able to put up a fight.
Well, pretty much all the hosted series are wound down already. I know the Australian Endurance Championship's got the 1 race to go. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's at Virginia this weekend, thinking.
Yeah, this weekend I think coming up.
Yeah, so that comes to its conclusion of what's been a really successful debut year for them, and look out for exciting announcements for them next year. And I'll tell you what, with the McLaren F1 being released, you can already feel the excitement around that as well. It's good to have the open wheels. I know the Star Mazda Australian Championship finished last Thursday. God, you have to remind me who won that. I should know.
Gary Hamilton.
Good fella. Gary Hamilton. Congratulations to Gary and his team for winning there over Marcelo Rivera, the defending champion. So 3 different series and 3 different winners, with Mick Schreier winning the first one, Marcelo the second one, and now Gary Hamilton. So congratulations. So things are on the wind down, and yeah, you're right, it is almost the off season, but if you can make that commitment, you put your head down whilst everybody's out drinking tequilas, good luck to them doing that. You got a chance to make some improvements as well, and also with the new tyre model coming in as well, there's going to be advantages for those who put the hours in to get used to those as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know whether it is confirmed for the F1 car with the mixed compounds, whether they do somehow, when they introduce it to the V8s, because that'll be interesting again if we can have a soft tyre and a hard tyre. I think that'll really mix it up, but it depends on when they're going to implement that. Depending on if they implement that to other series as well as the F1, I think that'll really be good. It'll be a good showing. It'll make all the races that extra strategy of do you run the soft, do you run the hard, is it straight soft tyre race? It's really going to mix it up. Yeah,
well, I know speaking to a lot of the Apex guys, Alex Simpson and all those who are doing an outstanding job in the F1 Road to Pro series, and also Evolution Racing Australia's Riley Preston, who did an outstanding job representing Australia in the Road to Pro as well. These guys are just super pumped to get the new F1 toy out and about, and I reckon our little host here, Hugo, is massively excited to have it as well. So looking forward to tomorrow very much for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's definitely adding that extra little bit to iRacing. I think without, obviously we don't have weather yet, we don't have everything else that I think we would all like. We did get dynamic track with the race lines and marbles, we did get that. But other little things, I think this is another major step that's going to help iRacing grow in the future with extra little things that they implement with this car can be just put onto anything. We may even see a DTM car with a DRS rear wing as well. You never know what they could bring in. It just depends. They do have the license from Mercedes, so we never know.
Yeah, it's going to get to the stage where there might be too many cars, you know what I mean? Spread out too much. And I know the dirt boys are making a lot of noise about getting some dirt in there, and you know, it's an important part of motor racing. No doubt that those who are committed to that style of racing will be looking forward to that, but you don't want to get to the stage where there's too many cars.
Yeah.
I'd be, I'm not running iRacing, but if I was, I'd be concentrating on tracks and just giving the cars a bit of a break for a while.
Yeah, well, they do have another couple of GT3 cars. I don't know when they're coming out. I know they're coming out next
March,
next
I
year.
think.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
the Audi
like
and the Mercedes are coming out.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
when you
all
add
the
them
Audi
as
and
well
the
to the
Mercedes-
BAS.
Yeah, the Audi and the Mercedes, all they'll be doing is replacing, from what I understand, the rough will certainly be leaving the GT3 arena. And I got a gut feeling it might be the Ford GT as well, might be going. That's not confirmed, but yeah, if everything works out well there, the GT3 class is going to be absolutely mega next year as well. But getting back to the V8s, and certainly not taking anything away from the V8s, the V8s will be huge. The big this year, the Premium Series was fantastic this year, and with the concept that they introduced with the Star Mazdas and the Roughs as well, it just made a good show even better. I know the guys there, Seb and Simon and co, are working already towards good things happening next year, so watch out for that. Haven't got a start date for the season yet, but like we said before, 2016 for the V8s is going to be fantastic. It's almost become a bit of a testimonial race. We probably should get back to the action a little bit. What do we got here? Marty
Yeah, I'm
Carroll
watching P5 at the moment as well. P5 and 6. Rogers is now starting to catch forward for top 5 position here. So this is going to be one that's going to be on as the tyres get old, not many laps left.
Yeah, and Rogers has done a really good little stint here. I think Ford's starting to struggle with his tyres. The last at 25.9, so another 3/10 taken out by Rogers here. Ford probably needs to be a little bit wary here. I don't think he's in a position where he's going to be challenged as he blows down a 26.1, so that is off pace. The guy behind this pack though is Sam Sutton with a 25.7. We're on lap 33 at the moment, so we've got 7 laps to go, including the one that they're on. But don't be surprised as Ford again comes under attack there, so he's obviously not getting the drive out of that little uphill section at turn 4 there, and has to become ultra conservative. And Josh Rogers again aiming for yet another top 5 position this season.
Yeah, the car looks very unsettled there for Josh Rogers all over the back. He's wanting to make the move done, not many laps left. You've got to try and get it done and then hopefully get away from him. But I don't think Ford's tyres are there. I don't think the Ford's car's there. So hopefully we can see a good little battle here. I think Rogers might get him towards the end of this race.
Yeah, like I said before, though, Fordy's had a big break from the V8s this week, done all his work with the GT3 set up in the McLaren. Also helped out Riley Preston at Circuit of the Americas with the Formula 1 setup, which is, I think, the first time Fordy's actually put his toes in the water with that, and came up with a really, really good setup. Got Riley up into 7th place in that race, which was an outstanding result. So, Fordy's got a bit of talent when it comes to setting up, but he's only got so many hours in the day. So I think his V8s have started to suffer a little bit. Josh Rogers very loose on the exit there as Ford crosses the line. Again, the 26.2, so times are tumbling downward for him. Up the front, mind you, we've just got to keep an eye on that. Last time we called Ethan Scapp over Jared was 12.7, now out to 14.3. Not a lot to race for those two. But Ford is 26 seconds behind Ethan Griggold, so that just shows you how off pace these two are compared to what they normally are week in, week out.
Yeah, it's again Ford, little lock on the brakes there, put Rogers back on it. It's just the car is not looking good all around, so we'll see what happens. As in front of them, I think Cialak is just slightly catching Cracknell for P3, so this was for a podium spot, and Cialak starting to catch him as the tyres go to tyre wear comes into play and the laps wind down.
Well, I reckon Crackers is going to want to hold on to third place because that will probably give him fourth place overall. Not sure what kind of points Sammy Sutton's going to be getting. Don't know what he's going to be finishing yet. I would imagine as it stands now, Ethan, well, we know he will be our champion, no doubt about that. I would think that Ian Ford has again come second. I think that's 3, maybe 4 seasons in a row coming second there for Ian Ford. His day will come. His day will come. It might even be next season. Don't know. But, yeah, I'll say this now. No one supports the V8 category more than Ian Ford. Just had another win in the OSR series on Wednesday night. So I think he's won 3 of those in a row. He will win the SDRT Endurance Championship.
Yeah.
I think he's actually probably the only Division 1 driver, or it might be a couple of Division 1 drivers in that series. He tries his best to get in the V8's Americas race, and he does participate on the Monday night races. But right now, even though all that driving's come under his belt, he's under severe attack from Josh Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers looks like he's going to have another look as Ford defends strongly on that hairpin. He's done that most of the race. He's been defending on that inside. As well, up in front, I just wanted to have a look with Sealak. Had another look at Cracknell's. Cracknell runs wide through the S's into the dirt. Don't know whether there's a slowdown there. He may have got one, but it looks like he hasn't. But that's on for third now.
Well, I can explain Cracker's shocking skin there. I'm not sure it's on your screen, but that skin he's got on.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be for a Ford Falcon. Unfortunately, Cracker's, yeah. That's it. That's the STC Ford Falcon skin he's wearing on a Commodore. It didn't work, and for some reason, Trading Paints isn't working for him, and he can't get rid of it. So, not sure what he's going to do there, but bit of a Frankenstein job there tonight for Crackers, and he got himself in the third place. This is a guy who started in third, so he's been really consistent there, and we're on lap 36 now, so 4 laps to go. I think Crackers does need to hang on to that third spot.
Yeah, I think it would be good for him to hang on there. I think that will be what he would need just to make sure he gets a solid amount of points with the higher strength of field. He still could lose it, but it could be another thing. So it depends on where Sutton finishes the strength of field. He may even lose that third spot. So it all comes down to where Sutton finishes. Is he a little bit late under brakes? Sealak has another look.
I'll tell you what, with Josh Rogers, he goes so deep under brakes at the hairpin, as does Ian Ford. Sam Sutton must be just licking his chops here, thinking anything could happen with these two here. Josh got into a few incidents, and he'll say himself he's made a couple of mistakes. Watkins, Glenn, on the start line there, I think it was a racer's opportunity. There was a gap there, I think he put it, and Crackers and the old fella Marty didn't close that gap quick enough, and the 2 STC cars got burnt by that. But I don't think it was Josh's fault. He made the most of an opportunity and got caught out a little bit there. But that comes with experience. But I tell you right now, he's all over the back of Ian Ford.
Yeah, and he's just going to stick there, and he's going to all the way to the end as he has a look into the last corner and the door shuts. But one person I want to have a look down at is Mitchell McLeod. I think he's moved up 20. He's started 21st, now in P9, so he's driven an excellent race there. I think that's one top 10 position, done well.
Looking at this battle here, and he's done. Yeah, Rogers has just cooked forward there, and that's going to let Sutton through as well. I've got no doubt about that. So I reckon Rogers just, I think he's dived in too deep there and taken the back of Ford, and Sutton's made the most of that. Ford's not going to let this opportunity go. So they go deep into the hairpin here. Ford definitely having a look. He's going to get a pretty good drive out here as well. Just keep your eye on these two. There's not a lot of love lost here. I don't think that Ford's going to get the opportunity to get close enough now. Sutton's certainly been a fair bit quicker over the last few laps. Whether Sutton's done enough overall, and Ford losing the back end again. So I don't think Ford's going to be able to maintain that. Sam Sutton's going to drive away. Let's see if he can get to Josh Rogers. I will reckon that Josh is probably, well, he has. He's probably braked a bit too late there and got into the side of Ford. Yeah, I don't think it's worth redressing, I'll be honest with you. Just get on with it. But probably a slight mistake by Josh, but certainly was the quicker car.
Yeah, it looked like one of those incidents, the incident on the weekend between Courtney and Gisbergen for the lead. That was a bit of a, just little bit of room. There was room. The room was there. Ford coming across. They both sort of met in the middle. It happens. That's racing. So it's get on with it. Who cares?
Well, lap 38, so just the 2 laps to go for this, what has been a cracker season. Really has been dominated by Ethan Grigol. What have we done? 12 weeks. Filsel won at Okayama. Ford won 2 races early on in the season. I think Sutton's won maybe 2 races as well.
Yeah.
So a bit of a variety with race winners, but certainly the dominant force throughout certainly been the car number 1, the STC Simpit car of Ethan Grigol.
Yeah, he's shown an excellent race and an excellent season as well. He's 18 seconds in front of Phil Selby, so he's just maintained that gap today. Just driving around as he comes around the last corner, second last corner, and the last corner to start his final lap.
Yeah, so the final lap of the season is well underway, and yeah, like I said, from go to woe with Ethan, he's just been outstanding and speaks highly of the V8s as well. This is a guy who is exceptional at what he does. Generally, he represented Australia in Battlefield 3 or 4 or something. Something like that. So when he puts his mind to it, he goes pretty well at it, and he's actually gone to the grass a little bit there at turn 4. But he's deserved his rewards. I said that before. He's been a fantastic champion over the last 2 seasons, and not just saying well done to Ethan Grigol, but the team behind him at STC have also done a fantastic job. I know Marty Carroll spends a lot of time on the setups, and there's been times where Ethan's had work commitments or other commitments where he's just turned up, half an hour before the race, and has had the setup all ready for him. Marty knows how he likes the car to run, and doesn't like it too taily at all, likes it pointed in nice and sharp. And the team has also done a great job, and they will get the reward, and so they should. So as Ethan Grigol goes around the second last turn, some will call it turn 16, some will call it 15 and 14, but at the end of the day, exiting the last turn, lap 39, so season 4, 2015 series champion Ethan Grigol, congratulations to you, winner here at round 12 at Barber Motorsports Park.
Yeah, brilliant drive. Phil Sell will come across in second position as he rounds the second last corner. Is this a battle for third going on? I think Crackers will hold on. Phil Sell around the last corner is going to take second. So that's a good drive by him with the great strategy, as well as Crackers holds on for third in front of Cialak. Fifth is going to be Rogers, just holding on from Sutton, as well as Ben Smith has taken that position away from Ford on the last lap. So another position for them. And then McLeod.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been a lot of fight with Ford and Smith there. I think Ford's tyres were completely cooked. The car just didn't look comfortable at all. Mitch McLeod in the HRT livery will come across as well. So good job for him. Josh Burden in the meantime. This battle goes on here for 11th, 12th and 13th. And they come around. This battle's just snuck under the radar all of a sudden as well.
Oh,
don't do it, Mick. Don't do it. No, Mick. It's Mick.
A little contact there.
We're hearing the radio chat, Mick, and I'm sorry, but there's no dramas there at all with what Sharp did. So don't hit him, Mick.
A little contact after the race.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's Mick shouldn't be doing that. Also, the old fella Marty Carroll has just snuck in there. And I think he's beaten Rich.
There, yep.
He's beaten Aylward by 8/100ths of a second. Yeah, I think if Mick Hammond looks at that in reflection, Mick, I'll say it to your face, that was ordinary. Let's go to our winner though, Ethan Grigol, celebrating as he should.
Yeah, great season, great final race, champion again 3 times. So it's going to be on. Off season 1. Who knows? Can he make it number 4? It's going to be a strong season. Strong 2016 for V8 Supercars.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, he's deserved it. So 3 in a row for Ethan Grigol. Congratulations to him. Looking forward to seeing what he has to say. And what was a really, really strong season. He had some pretty interesting results. but I think the lowest result he had was third place. But let's go through the final results of what was an outstanding round 12 here at Barber Motorsports Park.
Yeah. Brilliant result. Ethan Griggold, 3-time champion, takes the win at Barber Motorsport Park for the final round of 2015. 23 seconds ahead of Jared Filso in P2, with Michael Crackners holding off Sealat for P3. Josh Rogers getting the 5th spot ahead of Sammy Sutton. Smith getting the spot for Ian in front of Ian Ford, 7th, 8th, as Mitchell McLeod from 21st on the grid finishes P9. Stenberg rounds out your top 10. Burton comes home in 11th ahead of Sharp and Hammond, who had a little bit of contact at the end, so a little bit of controversy going on there. Carroll with the spin, a little bit of mistakes in the race, 14th, 15th for Alwood, and Stratford come home in 16th, which is the last of the lead lap cars. Then we get onto the cars who had a couple of incidents in the race. Anderson 17th, Maloney 18th, Matt Jones multiple laps down in 19th, Jeremiah Moore 10th, Kane Kugamiya and Andy Carey round out the field.
Yeah, so an exciting race throughout the field as well, and like we said, Ethan, once it's pretty easy to defend into the first corner here, and he just did a great job. There was no dramas at all, there was no off tracks that we saw. It was pretty clean, and looking forward to having a chat. Hugo, kill that disco music, man. That's our producer Hugo Luiz. He's at a nightclub in Brazil at the moment, no doubt. So, trying to see who we've got here that can have a chat. I don't know if you. I'll be honest with you guys. If you don't come onto our TeamSpeak channel with the normal name, there we go. So if you don't come up with a normal name, you're not going to be interviewed. I can promise you that now. There's a few dramas last week that we tripped over a little bit with. So let's start our interviews, and we'll start off with 6th place. Sam Sutton, 6th tonight, 7th on the grid. Do I still call you Dayco Motorsport, Sam Sutton? I saw some question marks on the car, leaving us with question marks. What's happening with yourself next season?
No, I was actually driving a question mark Motorsport this evening, but no, seriously. That was my last V8 Supercars race with Dayco, but I won't tell you where I'm going.
No, that's okay. I'm fairly sure I know where you're off to, and good luck with that team, and we'll find out shortly, no doubt. But mate, 6th place tonight, probably not what you're after. I know chasing 2nd overall, I haven't seen the points, whether it was enough or not, but it looked like a decent race, and then a bit of a tangle up with Kane Kugamiya. About 22 laps before.
Yeah, we were tracking for probably 2nd, maybe 3rd place, and then Kane just admitted it over the chat in the race that he just locked the rears and just hit me in the door. But I mean, it's racing. I mean, it just comes with this track. It's hard to pass, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we only lost about 8 seconds over Phil Cell, so most of that was in the hit and the spin. So yeah, we could have been up there.
Yeah, and a fairly strong season. You had a couple of wins throughout the season. So, no doubt with your new team next season, like we were trying to say, next season's almost the off season with the Christmas break. But, no doubt some exciting things happening in the future for you.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with the car, whether they decide to make some changes to the physics on it and make it a bit more spicy. Because at the moment, I think everyone, kind of the bigger teams, are comfortable with what they got to do with the setup. So maybe just a few changes to spice up the running order a little bit.
And mate, your final race for Dayco, mate, no doubt there's some people you want to thank.
Yeah, of course, got to thank Andrew Asaya. He was the one who brought me onto the team, and then of course the guys Jake Burton, Kurt Stenberg, and Jake Maloney. Been a great 12 months with the 4 of them. We've kind of taken a minnow team and started pushing toward the wins, and of course highlight was the 1000 win this year with good Jake. Well,
good job tonight, Sam, and probably 3rd overall for the season. I'm thinking, like I said, haven't seen final points yet, but I would think that would be deemed a success for you. If someone asked you at the start if you take 3rd position overall, I reckon you'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, considering my kind of hodgepodge schedule with work, I think coming 3rd, I just needed to rock up tonight basically to get 3rd. So yeah, overall pretty happy.
Good job, Sam Sutton there from Question Mark Racing. Sam from Dayco, of course, last race tonight. We've got quite a few with us tonight lining up. Look, I'll be honest, boys, we're not going to be able to interview everyone, but this is a guy we haven't interviewed for a while, Josh Burton for JFF. Yeah, down in 11th place, 14th on the grid. Geez, a hell of a battle at the end there, Josh, with Sharpie and Mick Hammond. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, mate, it was pretty good. In my pit stop, I actually overrun my box and Sharpie jumped me. But with new tyres, I managed to actually get past him. And yeah, it was just pretty much going at it from then on. My tyres weren't quite as good as his towards the end, I'd say. But yeah, no, it was a good battle, and Hammond came into it there at the end as well, just to spice it up a bit.
Yeah, it certainly spiced it up there at the end then. Exciting news for the JFF team merging with Angry Birds Racing, I hear. Tell us a bit about that.
That's the first one I've heard of that, but
Righto.
yeah.
Get onto your own Facebook page, Josh, and have a look. And AEC this weekend, are you racing in that at all?
Yeah, mate, absolutely. In the HVD, we've got pretty good pace so far, so we just have to see where we end up. 10-hour race, so anything can happen.
Well, mate, good job tonight. I know a few dramas and with your pit entry and things like that, but 11th place overall, mate. So I think that's a pretty good job, and looking forward to see what the JFF team can produce next season. Yeah,
absolutely. Got some pretty big things happening next season. So yeah, that was obviously the first thing I heard of that Angry Birds thing. I'm not sure how true that is actually, but anyway.
Well, Angry Birds made the announcement on their own Facebook page this week.
Find that one. I'm going to look that one up now because I have no idea now. I'm so confused. Yeah, we all are.
Well, we'll put that out there, even if it's not true. Get looking, but yeah. Sure, it's true. But good job tonight, and the JFF guys should be congratulated for the way they've run the AEC for their debut year. So looking forward to that going on for 2016.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. Just before I go, I'd like to thank JFF Racing and GT Omega, and also the Tasmanian motor racing community. Two members, Andrew and Cameron Kutz, they done a tarmac rally together and had a rather large crash, and Andy's he's got a fair few serious injuries in hospital, so just get well soon, guys.
Yep, don't like to hear that. The hopefully ABR. Yeah, hopefully if they do get the opportunity to watch this broadcast, well, yeah, definitely get yourselves better, boys, and hopefully you guys can recover for what will hopefully be a strong 2016. Josh Burton, thank you for that. It's I hope people don't get angry. We're not going to be able to interview everybody tonight. Let's get Ian in here for a quick little interview. We've interviewed Sammy, Josh, 40, yep, your turn in 8th. Mate, not the result you're after. Geez, that car looked like it was struggling tonight.
Oh yeah, it handled really well in quali, and I just couldn't get the tyre life out of it in the first stint there, so I changed the pressures and just drove my butt off trying to keep up with Crackers there, because I knew he would be roughly about 3rd place, so I was hoping to hang on there and get a top 5, but coming up towards the last about 7 or 8 laps, it just absolutely fried the rears, and I had to go into try and sliding it into corners, those sort of things, because driving it straight just wasn't working for me. So, a few changes on brake bias and bars and stuff like that, and just ended up using up too much of the front. So I basically got left with a canoe, and thanks to Smitty for turning up and helping out every couple of races this season, and I repaid him by giving him a spot there at the end, because 2nd place in the season seemed to be wrapped up, so it worked out.
Forgetting tonight's race is a bit of an abomination, but I haven't seen the points yet. Are they good enough for you to come 2nd overall?
I just did the points then. Yeah, I just did the points then, and Sam Sutton would have just finished 3rd off my calculations.
Well, congratulations, 40. Bridesmaid again, but 2nd place behind Ethan Griggle. Mate, well done.
Yeah, thank you. After, jumping between cars and, literally driving cars 10 minutes before certain races and stuff throughout the rest of the season, it's been good to get such a decent finish in the points in this season.
hopefully we get a bit more time on our hands next season and push up a bit further and rectify this sort of bad result that we had tonight. But other than that, just like to thank Demidov, Auto Loan Centre, I think it is, and Maverick Welding for doing such an awesome job all season.
Mate, well done to you, mate. Second overall in the championship, well deserved, and I'm not sure we haven't had a chance to have a chat about next season yet, but if you have a break, mate, people will understand. But good job, mate, and look forward to seeing what you do next season.
Thank you.
Ian Ford there did an outstanding job tonight. We're a bit all over the shop here. We're going to get Mick Cracknell in. We'll go Crackers, Jared and Ethan. Crackers, welcome to round 12 of RaceSpot TV's broadcasting iRacing V8 Supercar Championship. Mate, a good result tonight. A good battle there at the end with Mitchell. Third on the grid, third in the race. Fourth overall, perhaps. Great result for the season.
Cheers, Brendan. That was a lot of fun. That was intense racing. Probably the most intense race I've done all season, apart from maybe Ethan following me around at Watkins. But I'm pretty happy with third. It was with the talent of field that was there. It was pretty good.
Mate, with the Frankenstein skin that you've got on there, mate, it was an exciting race between yourself and Mitchell, and mate, he's a guy on the up. There's been a lot of guys who have improved this season, obviously Mitch and Josh Rogers to name a few, but as for yourself, mate, big improvement this season on what happened to you last season.
Yeah, just had to focus on keeping the car on the track and off other cars pretty much, so it was... Yeah, this season's been a lot better, and I feel like I've found something that I can sort of continue on with.
And mate, plans for next season? Your teammate is now a 3 times champion, mate. How are you going to catch him?
Good question. I just keep practicing, and I don't know. He's unstoppable at the moment, pretty much.
Well, mate, good job for tonight's race on the podium, third. Good job for the season, fourth overall, mate. And, a good job to yourself and the team for the outstanding work that you did this season.
No worries. Thanks, Brenton, and thanks to SDC Motorsport. Great support.
Go on you, Mick Cracknell. An awesome job there tonight. And talking about awesome job, second in tonight's race, but... This is the guy, I don't think we've had a chance to have a chat with Jared this season. This is the guy who won an outstanding V8 Premier Series brought to you by V8s Online. Jared, first of all, congratulations for coming second, but massive congrats for winning the V8 Premier Series this year.
Yeah, cheers. That was a pretty good win to do it in those circumstances with that race. That was, good effort by the boys to do a fantastic set up for that week, so couldn't have asked for a better weekend. And good race, this one. It's good fun in the pack there.
And I'll tell you what, the ANZ team looks bigger, it looks stronger, and for the first time I think I've ever seen, Jared, you were the third ANZ car on the track. That was a pretty rare sight with Mitch and Kane in front of you.
Yeah, I absolutely fluffed my quali. I could not do a lap to save my life, but the boys in front there, they're doing an unbelievable job. I tried to help them out during the week, but I probably only had about 20 laps of practice before the race, not even. It was kind of a last minute decision, so decided to help them out, boost the soft a little bit for them.
No, he did an outstanding job, and I thought young Richard Arwood was keeping it to himself, but he's just been blarting it away in the channel as well, that he's actually joining your team next season as well, so your team goes stronger and stronger.
Yeah, he's some good experience there, so he's a young head on old shoulders, if you could call it, so he'll get quicker and quicker as it goes on, so he's a good addition to the team. Been partnering up with Fonte, I'm pretty sure. I think they partnered up very well in the Bathurst race, and Phillip Island as well, so that'll be a good combo.
And to tonight's race, mate, 23 and a half seconds behind Ethan Griggold. Mate, considering you probably haven't had much track time here tonight, mate, you probably would have been pretty happy with the result coming second.
Yeah, I'd have to thank Richard Hampstead actually for doing the fuel for me tonight. He actually told me to pit a few laps earlier than I actually did, but I was second guessing the fuel, so I have to thank him for that one.
And certainly
that
that's right. We'll get to you. And the strategy of pitting early with that undercut worked an absolute mint. Just a couple of seconds behind the Ford Sutton Kugelmeyer battle. Pitted a couple laps early, and you came out 3.5 seconds in front. So that certainly worked a treat.
Yeah, undercut's absolutely massive with this car, so I don't think I was going to be passing them all one by one each lap. It's pretty hard to pass around here, so yeah, undercut was definitely the go. The tyres held on. I was just cruising towards the end there, trying not to get DQ'd. I think Ian blew it out in the last 5 laps by over 10 seconds, so yeah.
And from one champion of the Premier Series to the next, Ethan Grigol, hats off to Ethan. Obviously, a really strong series again.
Yeah, unbelievable by him. He's proven to be quite the master of these official series now, so it's good on him. He's doing a great job.
Well, mate, good job tonight, mate, and the drift that you did after the checkered flag, mate, I think we got that, mate, so well done on that. Still think Bo's got you for car control, mate, so, mate, good job there, and looking forward to seeing what 2016 brings you.
Yeah, cheers. I'll try my best to beat him.
Yeah, keep working away. Good on you, Jared. Phil's still there. So we've also got our series champion, 3 in a row, Ethan Grigol. Clap, 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 clap. Congratulations, Ethan. The floor is yours.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I really couldn't have asked for a better season or a better end to the season at that. Coming out with a pole and a dominating win like that.
Well, it was a dominating win, mate, and good strength of field tonight. A lot of good numbers in there, a lot of good names in there as well. So, to do what you did the field, let's face it, you blitzed the field, 24 seconds up on Jared Fieldsall. But, mate, outstanding race, outstanding season.
Yeah, thanks for that. I was actually quite nervous going into the race because my form over the past 2-3 weeks actually hasn't been that flash hot. And seeing a name like Jared Fieldsall jump straight in the serve and knowing that he's won the Premier Series and the calibre of driver he actually is, it broke me into a bit of a sweat for a while. So yeah, when I heard that he pit so early and made up a huge amount of time, it actually it got me a little scared. But I came out 10 seconds in front and I just put the power down.
Well, the question has to be asked, Ethan. How do they beat you in this series? Are you going away for holidays over Christmas?
I am not.
Okay, that makes it harder already for the boys. Do you want to go away for holidays at Christmas?
I might go away for a couple of days camping, but that's about it. But
just take a few Monday nights off, mate.
Not even that. Probably next Monday night because it's week 13, and then straight back onto it, of course.
Well, mate, a 3-time champion, and we've got you, the STC team manager boss here, Marty Carroll. Marty, tell us about your little protege here. He's been going since, February last year? Yeah, tell us all about him, what he's like to work with.
Back to back to back. That's all you got to say. No, even though he's an exceptional student and a crazy talent, his youth, his mental application to be able to go out there and deliver a performance like he did tonight to wrap the championship up was just unbelievable. The way he approaches his racing. He knows he's all out of form, so he works on that. He knows he's not quite on the pace this week, so he methodically breaks it down. This is where I'm losing time. This is where I need to make up time, and goes out there and executes it and does it. So, unbelievable result, and can't be prouder.
And 2016, Ethan, what does that bring us, mate? Are you going to be sticking with the V8s? I know the Formula 1 gets released tomorrow. There's other series coming. There's no doubt about that. But what's your plans for 2016?
As much as I love Formula 1, my heart still lies with the tin top V8 supercar. So I'll
I'll definitely be gunning for the official series, and I might make a appearance in the Premier Series next year as well. Try out in that. So next year should be quite exciting.
Well, looking forward to that plenty, boys. It's been a long night, no doubt at all. Look, congratulations on the year, back to back, three-peat, whatever. Awesome job all round. So to you, Ethan, to you, Marty, on behalf of your team, congratulations tonight. Marty, is there anybody your team wants to thank at all?
Oh, obviously Sean Cole for his ongoing support, the Sim Pit and Klaus Winter Painting for their support. And I'd also like to put a big shout out to the Aussie iRacing community, and congratulations to ERA, Mad Cow, TTR, TTL, those GT endurance boys, all getting their black stripes and representing Australia in the upcoming Pro Series next year. And also iRacing Live and Race Spot for outstanding broadcast once again.
Cheers, Marty. Great job all round. Jake, to you, mate. First broadcast tonight, you stole the show. You were sensational.
Thanks, Brenton. It's been a while since I've been in the comm booth. It's back to my NR 2003 days since I was back in there. So it's been a while, but thank you. And Hugo did an amazing job on the cameras, like always. So couldn't have done it without you guys. Yeah,
and that's about right. Hugo Luis has been our director for the entire season. It's stupid o'clock over from Brazil, but Hugo's always there week in, week out. So to Hugo, thank you for the season. To Jake, thanks for the night. Sammy, you are fired. There's no doubt about that. Don't come back. But great effort all round. Looking forward to seeing what season 1 of 2016 can bring us. Hugo, play that funky music because we're getting out of here. This has been an outstanding 2015 year for the V8 Supercars. Look out for 2016. It will get bigger. It will get better. Can't wait to see what it's going to be bringing. And it's just going to go onwards and onwards and up and up and up. So on behalf of iRacing Live, Race Spot TV, this has been Season 4 of 2015, the official iRacing V8 Supercar Championship. I'm Bretton O'Brien. That was Jake Blackall. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks for Season 1 of 2016.